Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are tuning in. For me, it is morning, 7 a.m., so I'm still just waking up a little bit. We're going to be moving through, excuse me, I just took a few sips of something and didn't go down the right way. A nice hot drink. We're going to be moving through a warrior flow. We're going to add a couple balances. We're going to add warrior 3 balance and tree. And then we'll roll around on the floor and stretch our bodies out a little on the floor. So I invite you to begin by really being aware of that earth underneath you, that support of that earth, and relaxing the body down into the earth. And beginning to breathe into the belly. You can rest the hands on your knees, or you can bring them all together. And simply breathing into the belly, allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to take over the relaxation response, to take over in your body. And taking this moment to go inside and scan the inner being, the inner aliveness. Just noticing. You may feel your heartbeat, that pulsation within you. And that pulsation expanding out. Breathing into the belly. And I invite you to dive into the emotional body. Just noticing what's there. No judgment. No need to describe or label or title any of the emotions. Just feel them. Dive in to the felt sense. You may notice if the emotional body is calm or maybe a lot of activity there. It's okay. Whatever's there, allow it to arise. Allow it to be noticed and to be felt as the neutral observer. And take this moment now to set an intention. Any intention, anything you'd like to create for your life, plant that seed into the fertile consciousness of your mind. As you plant it with your attention, set it in as this or better. And gently and kindly opening your eyes. We'll do the 3-part yogic breath. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, and inhaling into the chest. And then letting it go. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, and all the way up into the chest. And then letting that breath go. Let's do it one more time into the belly. Filling up the ribs and the chest. And then letting that breath go. Let's move into Nadi Shannam, alternate nostril breathing. We're going to use the Vishnu Mudra. Pointer and middle finger can either curl down or we can put them on our forehead to activate the third eye. I'm using my right hand, so I'm going to use my thumb to close off the right nostril and the finger to close the left. And we're going to alternate, and we're nostrils on the exhale. So every exhale, we're going to switch. I'm going to guide you through the first few breaths, and then let you do a few on your own, at your own pace. So taking a nice deep inhale, using the thumb to close off that right nostril, exhale out the left. Inhale, same side. Switching, releasing the thumb, bringing the finger down to close off the left, and exhaling out the right. Inhale, same side. And switch. Exhaling out the left. Inhaling left. And switch. Exhaling out the right, closing the left nostril. And continuing at your own pace. We're balancing the nadis, the left and right sides of our brain, all the energy systems. One more breath. Releasing the hand, releasing the mudra. Beautiful job. And we're going to stand up. Some warm-ups. And so let's first just shake out those legs. Just feeling the legs, shake out the hands. Just kind of waking up the body. Let's do some twists. You can come up onto your toe, the opposite side that you're twisting. Allow the spine to be relaxed. Feeling a nice twist. And let's do our breath work, our standing 3-part breath. So we're going to inhale the arms up in front of us. We're going to inhale the arms out. So our heart is open, wide, our arms, and then we're going to Inhale the arms up to the sky. And then we're going to take and exhale everything down. So together, let's begin. One more time. And let's hang down in a little forward fold, Uttanasana. And let's nice and slowly come up, noticing those sensations in the spine. Coming up nice and slowly. Oh, beautiful. So we're going to move into our warrior flow. So I invite you to take a nice wide stance. Feet are nice and wide apart. We're going to take that front foot, which is my right foot, and I'm going to take it 90 degrees. So it's facing the front of the mat. Back foot, I'm going to curl up about 30 to 40 degrees. The front foot right through the arch of the back foot, or you can align the heel. I'm going to bend that front knee so it's right over the ankle. Coming right over the ankle. Back thigh is nice and engaged. Fully engaged. And the hips and pelvis are facing me. We're facing each other. Arms are going to come out to the sides. Beautiful job. And turn the head so you're gazing out over those front fingertips. Maybe adjust that knee so it's right over the ankle. Back arm should be as high as the front. Remember, it's dropping a little bit. And let's engage those bandhas and let's breathe as that peaceful warrior. Virabhadrasana 2. One more breath, being that powerful, peaceful warrior moving into divine action. And on your exhale, drop the back arm to the back leg, front arm coming up, reaching up, gazing up towards the sky. Knee can be right over the ankle. If you feel you want to straighten that knee, you can do that too. We're in Viparita Virabhadrasana. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. Open heart. Keeping our heart open to the world, open to life, most especially open to ourselves and the divine source of our understanding. Next inhale, reaching up to the sky as high as you can. And as you exhale, we're going to swoop that front arm to very gently rest on the front leg. And the back arm is going to come up alongside the body in our side angle. Udhita Parvakanasana. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, straighten that front leg, coming down into our Trikonasana Triangle. You can come down to a block, or you can come down to the floor. Having the shoulders stacked. Legs are straight with a nice soft knees, micro bend in the knees. And engage those bandhas, and let's breathe. The last breath, let's inhale, reaching those fingertips up to the sky. And on the exhale, bringing that hand down. Beautiful. We're going to go to Viparita Trikonasana. So We're going to take that left hand down to the floor or the block. Take that back leg and swivel that 90 degrees and twist away from me as you reach that right arm up into the sky. Viparita Trikonasana, revolved triangle. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more deep breath, reaching those fingertips to the sky on the inhale. And on the exhale, bringing those hands down to the block or the mat. One hand on either side of that front foot. You can bring that back foot to 30 degrees if you'd like. And bringing the chest and the head down in towards the front leg into our pyramid. And taking a few breaths here. Tanasana. Beautiful job. And we're going to take that knee and we're going to bring the knee so it's right over the ankle. And we're going to come up onto the knee. Beautiful job. And we're going to square those hips. Square those hips. So my left leg's back. I'm going to bring that left hip a little forward to square them. See, that my torso's right over my hips. And then we're going to bring both arms up, straight up. Just that knee so it's right over the ankle. And remembering you can come down to your knee in this, or you can narrow your stance. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more nice deep breath. Reaching those fingertips up. Beautiful job. And as you exhale, coming so that we're facing forward into our star pose. Beautiful job. This is Uttanasana, 5-pointed star. So we've got 5 lines of energy. It's all coming from the solar plexus, the power center. 2 lines of energy going down our legs. So we're feeling the feet pressing into the earth, and those lines of energy extend down into the earth. And then coming up, out both arms and fingertips. And then the 5th line going straight up through the crown. So engaging those bandhas, Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, the Kegels, Uddiyana Bandha, bring the belly in and up. Jarandala Bandha, chin comes in a little, and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. And on the exhale, let's bring the heels in towards each other. Feet are facing out towards the corners of the mat. We're going to bring those arms into our goddess pose, bending the knees into our Uttanasana, goddess. Energy is coming from the heart, going out through the heart and the hands. And the hands, the palms of the hands can either face out or in towards yourself. Whatever you need today. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. Remember, your squat can be very low. It can be high. Find what feels right for you this morning, today. Beautiful job. And on the next inhale, let's come up. We're going to move to Prasarita Padaknasana. We're going to move into wide leg forward fold. So we're going to bring the hands to the waist or the hips, stick that tailbone out, protect that lower back, and we're going to hinge at the hips. So we're going to begin this without moving the spine at all. We're just going to hinge at the hips. This protects the lower back. And you can come down to a block or the floor. And just rest in this beautiful forward fold. You can move that head gently, yes and no. And I invite you now to take a nice little stretch. Feel the muscles stretching on that leg, breathing, and when you're ready, go to the other leg. Enjoying this nice stretch. And you can either spend a long time on each leg or just go back and forth. Allowing those leg muscles to stretch. And I invite you to bring your hands to the ankles and bring your body towards the legs for a nice stretch on both legs. And releasing that. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the head. We're going to lift the heart. Bring the hands to the hips, to the waist, and we're going to come all the way back up. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. And we're going to turn that left foot 90 degrees towards the small edge of the mat. The right foot, the back foot is 30 to 40 degrees. Front heels going through the arch of the back foot, or the heels are aligned. Going to bend that front knee so it's right over the ankle. Back thigh is engaged. Hips are facing me. Let's inhale and lengthen and bring the arms out. Either side. Back arm is as high as the front, nice and balanced. And then turning the head to gaze over those front fingertips and engage those bandhas and breathe in our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Deep breaths. One more breath. In. On the exhale, drop the back arm to the back leg, reaching that front arm up, gazing up towards the sky. In our Viparita Virabhadrasana, reversed warrior. Gauging those bandhas, and let's breathe. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, swooping that hand. Utthita Parvakonasana, side angle. Front arm is resting gently on the front knee. Not a lot of weight here. Back arm is coming up alongside the body. Line of energies from the back foot alongside the body, out the extended fingertips. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. Inhaling, reaching, extending those fingertips. Exhaling, we're going to straighten that front leg, bring that arm down. Right arm is extending up, stacking up the shoulders into our Trikonasana. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Legs are straight, but knees are soft. Little micro bend. Don't want to lock the knees. Breathing, engaging the bandhas. Inhale, reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale that right hand down. Bring that solidly onto the mat or the block. We're going to take that back foot 90 degrees, and you're going to revolve away from me into our revolved triangle. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bringing that hand down to the mat. Both hands on either side of the front foot. You can take that back foot and adjust it back to 30 or 40 degrees. And exhale down into our pyramid. Feeling a nice stretch on that front leg. On your inhale, you're going to bend that front knee, so the knee's right over the ankle, coming up to the knee, stabilizing yourself, bringing the torso up so it's balancing right above the pelvis and hips, squaring those hips so that right leg is back now. So I might want to bring that right hip a little forward just so that those hips are square. And then bringing those arms up into our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Being that peaceful warrior again, moving in divine action as you're guided to move, not out of attachment or forcing or striving, but out of intuition, guidance, doors swinging open. We move through those doors that swing open. We don't force doors as a warrior, as a peaceful warrior. Open heart, gauge the bandhas. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful job. And then coming, so we're facing forward again. Beautiful job. And so we're going to move into, well, we didn't do our warrior 3. We're just going to move into our tree today. That'll be good. We'll do that next time. So we're going to move into a tree pose, a nice little balance today. Feet are hip width apart. You can check that by taking your fists, bringing them right between your hands, and that is about hip width apart. And we're going to move the energy into the left standing leg. You'll find you're always a little better balancing in one and the other. Some people are, some people aren't. But I'm a little better. My right leg is a little more stable than my left. We're going to start on our left leg today and begin to take the weight off the right leg. Just wiggle those toes on the mat, keeping them on the mat, but bring all that weight onto the left leg. And imagine now with your imagination, your mind's attention, that this left leg is a tree trunk, and you can feel those roots going into the earth, rooting your body, grounding your body. And then we're going to take this right leg and we're going to open it up, open the hips up, And bring the heel to rest on the right heel to rest on the left leg. And this can be your balance right here in your tree. And I invite you to be either a deciduous tree or you can be a coniferous tree, whichever one you want. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little more, you can bring that leg up a little bit. Find where you want to be today. Find a drishti, a spot in front of you that's not moving, gazing at that, and breathe. One more breath. You're doing a great job. And releasing down. Beautiful job. We're going to go over to the other side. So let's set it up first. It's always more successful if we take a moment to set our tree up and bring the energetics into it. So bring all our attention and energy and the weight of our body into the right standing leg. Very little weight on the left leg. So you can just point those toes and just very little weight. Imagining the right leg is, feel that tree trunk, the energy, and then imagine those roots going down into the earth, grounding you, rooting your tree in, solid and stable. Turning that left leg out so the hips are open. Can rest that left heel on the right leg. Bring your branches up. If you'd like to move that leg up a little, challenge yourself more, do that. Find a drishti and breathe. One more deep breath. Beautiful job in releasing the leg down. Beautiful job. As I said, let's move into our warrior three. This is another nice balance. So we're going to bring the energy and the weight into the right leg. And we're going to take a step back with the left leg. We're going to be just on our toes on the left leg. Very little weight on that left leg. That right leg, imagine that tree trunk, the roots, you're grounded into the earth. And with warrior one, you can either bring your hands out straight or out to the side. You can hold on to a chair or a wall. I have a wall here, so I can hold on to my wall if I like. And we're going to begin to lift that back foot up. Now, you might just be an inch above. You might be coming up and down a little bit. Find out where you're at. And if you can hinge and continue so that back leg is parallel to the floor. And if you'd like to bring the front arms out, you can do that. And you can hold a chair in front of you. Feeling stability, find a drishti, and let's take 2 more breaths. And on the exhale, coming down. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Let's go on to the other side. So we're going to bring all, this is warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Bring all your energy, all your weight into the left standing leg. Take a nice big step back on the right leg. Remember, you can use a wall, you can have a chair out in front of you, whatever you need to stabilize your balance. And we're going to hinge forward a little bit. Bring those arms out or in front of you, and we're going to lift that back leg up. And breathe. Find that drishti. One more breath. And coming down. Beautiful job. Good job. So proud of you. So we're just trying. We're not trying for perfection. We just keep practicing and getting better and better. This is a practice. This is why it's called a practice. We're always practicing. And we always honor where our body is at this moment in time. Everybody's in different places, and yoga is not about becoming a pretzel. It is about mastering the mind. So we use the asana practices so that we can actually quiet and still the fluctuations and diversions of our mind so that we can find peace within and connect with that Atman, that Brahman, that divine, that God of our understanding, that true infinite self that comes and manifests through our body temporarily, most likely has animated through many, many bodies, but that infinite self is unchanging. It's always there, ever expanding, yet unchanging. So we're going to go into standing yoga mood, and we're going to bring the hands behind us, clasp them behind us, stretch those arms out. We're going to begin to hinge forward as we bring the arms up. And we're taking this, the intention of this pose is to honor the heart. It's the highest organ in the body. So take a few breaths just honoring your heart. No sensations in this pose. And one more breath. On your exhale, bringing the hands down to the mat. Let's come up onto our knees. Let's move into our camel, a nice little back bend. Bringing the hands to the small of the back. We're going to open up the chest and begin to bend backwards, allowing the head to be in alignment with the spine. We don't want to drop that head. We're keeping that head in alignment with the spine. Hips are over the knees. And if you'd like to come up onto those toes, if you'd like to challenge yourself a little more, you can come bring one hand at a time down to your heels. And then again, adjust those hips so they're over the knees. And breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. Coming back up. And let's move into our child's pose. And we're going to take a few breaths here in this child's pose. Taking a moment. We've worked hard. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Rest in your child's pose. Opening those knees up a little so the belly can rest in. You can touch your toes together. And give yourself this time of integrating that standing flow. And coming up, let's come up into a table pose. Knees are right under the hips. The wrists are right under the shoulders. And let's move into our cat-cow. Some flexion and extension of the spine. In our cow, we arch that back, stick the tailbone out, and lift the head, inhaling. And in our cow, we exhale as we tuck the tailbone, round that back up like a Halloween cat, and drop the head. Inhaling into your cow. And exhaling into your cat. You're moving back and forth at your own pace. Inhaling into the cow, flexion of the spine. Extension of the spine in our cow. And exhaling into cat, feeling the flexion of the spine. And beginning to add any little micro movements or adjustments. Moving the hips side to side, or even doing some circles in the hips. Keeping the breath flowing. If you're circling the hips, make sure to go both ways. To move through, be fully aware of sensation. Just feeling good in your body, moving and doing what feels good for your body. And we're going to move into a little flow, so I invite you to come back, bringing the buttocks back to the calves, bringing the head, extending the arms, and exhaling here. And then inhaling, we're going to move into an up dog, so we're going to come and hinge the body forward. You can adjust the knees back a little bit and allow yourself to come into an up dog on your inhale and back into your exhale. So just flowing back and forth, kind of into an extended child's pose, and then into an up dog. Nice and slowly, find your pace that feels good for you, noticing and enjoying those sensations in your body. Let's do this one more time. And when you're done, just moving into a child's pose again. Those arms can be extended out front. You can open those knees a little so the belly can come in and just relax into this child's pose. The arms can be alongside the body. Just go within. Notice the inner aliveness. Be deeply with yourself. Sending yourself love. Tell yourself, I love you. And coming up. And we're going to bring those legs out in front. Move into our Uttanasana, bringing those feet together, our butterfly, grabbing the feet and flopping those angel wings a little bit. And then slowing those angel wings down, and then Just take those legs and bring them towards the floor. So the knees are coming towards the floor. Inhaling as you lengthen the spine. And exhaling, hinging forward at the hips. Keeping that spine straight, it's not moving. Keeping the knees going towards the earth. Engage that Mula Bandha and take a couple breaths here. Beautiful. And then coming up, we're just going to do our balancing bear one leg at a time. And if you like to do the double, so let's take that left leg up, extend it up. You can keep the right knee down. Just feel a nice extension, and you can kind of open the hips a little. Move that leg around a little and feel the different sensations. Holding it in a place if you like the sensation in the legs. Engaging that bandha, breathe. The Mula Bandha especially. One more breath here. And releasing that leg down. Let's go to the other side, the right leg or whichever leg we haven't done yet. Again, opening it up a little, moving it around. Breathing. Keeping the breath flowing. Keep that leg open. One more breath. And releasing that leg down. Beautiful job. And let's scoot up to the front. Move into some spinal rocks as we come down onto the mat. If you don't have a cushy area, then just come gently down onto the floor. And ending finally on the floor. Let's go into our bridge. So the hands are face down on the mat. And we're going to press in. Knees are up, feet are on the mat. Press into the feet and lift those hips halfway. And just rest here for a moment as you notice sensation. And coming down one vertebrae at a time. And let's press up halfway again, pressing up the hips halfway. Notice sensation in this position, feeling the gravity. And our body is very rarely in this position, so just enjoying those sensations for your body. And coming down one vertebrae at a time as you massage that spine, all those spinal processes. Coming down, allowing the lower back to relax, the sacrum and the tailbone. And this time we're going to come all the way up into a full bridge. Do the best you can. We're going to press into the feet. We're going to lift those hips. We're going to arch that back up. We're going to come up onto our shoulders underneath us, clasping the hands underneath. Feeling a nice arch of the back. The heart is open. Knees are hip width apart. You can imagine that your knees are holding a block, and let's breathe. One more breath here. And releasing the hands, releasing those shoulders, rolling back down on our spine, one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful job. And let's bring those knees into the chest. And rocking back and forth if you'd like to release and relax that lower back. A nice little counter pose. And let's bring those legs straight up. Nice little inversion for us right now. And let's pull those legs toward us. Feeling a nice little stretch. Holding on to the calves or the ankles, whatever works. And pulling those legs toward us for a nice stretch on the backs of the legs. See if you can pull them a little bit more towards you. Beautiful. Bend those knees. Let's in the first, bringing the feet together. Knees coming out. You can rock back and forth a little bit. Feel that in the hips. Just really enjoying opening up and moving the body. This is your body temple. Taking as best care of it as you possibly can as a sacred home of the divine, your divine conscious awareness that moves in and through it. And let's bring those feet so they're going up towards the sky, opening up the legs a little bit so the knees are lined in with the armpits, and go into our Ananda Balasana, our happy baby. First, let's press those knees down in towards the armpits. We're playing the edge. We're not forcing. We're just allowing the body to open. Just be on that feels so good edge and breathe. And I invite you to move in to happy baby where you're just kicking around, moving the body in any sort of way. Feeling just like the babies do, to get to know and embody this physical temple, this sacred extension of the divine. And I invite you, if there's any pose that you wanted to do before we go into Savasana, relaxation. I'm feeling like moving into fish for some reason. So find a pose or position or just roll around in baby for a little longer. Coming to a place, finishing up whatever pose or whatever last little kicking around in baby you'd like, and find your Savasana position. Arms out to the side, away from the body just a little bit. The legs, feet going out away from the body into a receptive pose. Feeling the body become relaxed and sinking deeply into the earth. If you need a blanket, you can do that. Or if you want an eye pillow or put your socks or a jacket on, get yourself all ready for our relaxation so that you can be comfortable. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. As you feel all the muscles relax, feel those glute muscles relax, letting go of all muscular holding in the body. Just letting everything go. Feeling all the systems in the body relax. The digestive system, the respiratory system, the skeletal system. Feel those bones become heavier, pulling towards the earth. The endocrine system and the nervous system. Feel the brain relax, the spinal column relax. We will rest in silence for a few moments as we allow all the energies of prana of this practice to integrate fully into the body, mind, and spirit. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly as you begin to come back into the body. Wiggling the fingers and toes, stretching the body out. Coming back, rolling over to one side or the other. And gently coming up to a seated position for our closing. Come a little, allowing your body to receive these vibrations. Invite you to check in, dive inside, noticing the inner aliveness, the inner being. Basking in that inner nectar. Bring yourself back to that intention that you set, that you planted into your consciousness. Everything in the physical needs to manifest first in the mental realm, in the idea realm, the consciousness. Nothing physical can happen unless it is first, that seed is planted in the consciousness. So put some water on that seed, some fertilizer with your attention, and repeat that intention to yourself. We'll see what final prayer or blessing wants to come through spontaneous for you today. One mahate asunde ke ahe. One mahate asunde ke ahe. Unde mate sunde kea, unde mata sea kea, unde mate asunde ake. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of peace, of light, and of truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I am Grace for Ecstatic Yoga. You can go to EcstaticYoga.Studio for more information on our yoga retreats and our yoga teacher trainings. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.